Kyle here from All Media Reviews. I'm starting this week, and it's a truncated situation. Unfortunately, not like the some of the other ones, like the Pepe Deluxe one, but it's Pure Reason Revolution week, and so I wanted to go over their whole catalog leading up to the release on Friday of Coming Up to Consciousness. And given it's Labor Day week, so it's a short week here, I wasn't able to do a video yesterday, and I don't know. I'm going to try to do 2 videos today to try to squeeze it in. I may end up doing one on Friday. I'm not sure. So, a couple other announcements. I'm dealing with a new computer, a new laptop. It looks exactly like my other one, but some sound issues, although I think it might have more to do with the speakers than the actual, because trying to play stuff on there, but so I had to basically reformat this new laptop last night, and I'm still just, I saved all my passwords, all that stuff they have to do, but I'm still kind of in a work in progress with that. The hope is once I get my other, because the warranty expired, the last day was yesterday, so, but I may not be able to get my old laptop back for like a month, but I was having issues with clipping and the mouse pad and a bunch of other stuff, so hopefully that will fix, and I will maybe have 2 laptops. So one sort of unrelated announcement to Pure Reason Revolution, but Kevin Gilbert's estate just announced coming soon Troy Manatee and Beer Jam 2. 2 of the 6 remaining KMG archives. Troy Manatee, I thought of Dance the Manatee from Fair to Midland, of course. So, but anyway, let's get on to Pure Reason Revolution. Also, I forgot one other house cleaning. It may not remain this way for the short term, but I just hit 400 subscribers for what that's worth, 10.5 years, but thank you for subscribing if you have. But yeah, 400, whatever. I'm in the 400 club. The home run hitters and the pitchers that end up with 400 wins, I'm in that rare air now, so thank you for that. But we'll see if 500 comes my way at some point. It was over a year when I hit 300, so based on that projection, it would be sometime in 2025. Or 2020, yeah, late 25 maybe. I don't know. So, Pure Reason Revolution. I've been a fan of this band since late in 2005. Porcupine Tree. I'll link the original video I made. So I'm going to do just a review of their first 2 releases today. But I'll do them separately, I guess, because they were separate initially. But I heard about them in 2005. Through the Porcupine Tree Fans Forum and then on the Mike Portnoy Forum, they sort of caught wind in a short amount of time, and they were this band that were, bringing elements of sort of modern psychedelic, astral folk, prog, very Pink Floyd influenced, but also sounding modern at times, influenced by nirvana and I don't know. I always heard Muse in their sound at points, but then they were also fans of Zeppelin and Fleetwood Mac. But yeah, it was the MySpace days when it was 2005 when MySpace was the biggest thing, and so they had the song In Aurelia on the MySpace page, and I was just like this is really good. It sounds kind of very trippy and kind of something out of the 70s, but it had the modern sound. The production was cool. It was very spacey. So, but they put out at the end of 2005, and that was when it was December 2005 when I checked them out. They had put out, I don't know when exactly, it was probably around that time, this thing. This is known as Cautionary Tales from the Brave. They also had they were on this sampler CD that I ended up buying at that point, the Cassette Played Poptones. So, which had the song "The Apprentice of the Universe." Now, "The Apprentice of the Universe" was not on Cautionary Tales from the Brave, so that's why I bought this. I mean, the rest of the names on here, I never heard anything about the bands on this compilation, but Poptones, the cassette played Poptones, but. But this sucker, along with the MySpace, were I couldn't get enough of it. This is a great, look at the CD case here. It actually is a specially designed CD case. They were very much into the art part of it, beyond even just, art rock or, looks like we only got just an insert sheet. We got no lyrics, some credits at the bottom, it looks like. They were signed to Sony, and that's the thing. And that's one reason why I kind of got me excited for briefly. Is like we have a band doing prog who's on a major label, and this is right around the time I was getting into a lot more of the Empire stuff, the progressive art rock stuff. So, but this thing was great. I played the hell of it. It's like sensational Sunday Times, final proof that prog is no longer a four-letter word from Enemy, one of the greatest new bands in Britain, magical, rock sound, London's own Mini Floyd, The Guardian, big, timeless, and fantastic, The Fly. So, and this had Inarelia. This did have, my bad. I said that earlier. This did have Inarelia, but there was a song on MySpace, it must have been The Apprentice of the Universe, that it was not on here. So, Bright Ambassadors of Morning, that's the epic on here. Of course, I'll be talking about that on the next record or the next review. I've always loved that track, although I've always felt, after about 6 months of listening to it frequently, maybe a little over 6 months, I felt like it went on a little too long. Like, I'd chop out, about a minute, 2 minutes on the bass line in the middle. That just it just kind of goes. I mean, it's fine, but I mean, it's like a 13-minute track. It could be 11 minutes and be fine. But this has The Intention Craft. Love that song. Very riffy. I mean, the biggest riff on this album is probably the Bright Ambassadors Morning. The Bright Ambassadors Morning, the title came from the Pink Floyd song Echoes. So, you know, you knew they were big Floyd fans. And so, but The Intention Craft is like, I always feel like I'm on a spacecraft, you know, kind of flying. I mean, it is. It's like space. This is space, like, kind of fun, energetic, riffy space rock in some ways. It's not like Hawkwind exactly, but, or even Ozric Tentacles, but it kind of harkens into, you know, sounds that came from space. A lot of people get that from Pink Floyd too, always did. So, and then he tried to show the magic in the Bastard Return. So, and that actually reprises the one of the motifs, the main kind of vocal arrangement in Bright Ambassadors of Morning. So, I mean, the big thing about Pure Reason, there's a bunch of big things about them. One of the biggest things is their lush vocal harmonies. You have John Courtney and Chloe Alper. Their voices work well. I mean, I think some of the other members did some of the harmonies. Greg Jong and maybe the drummer Jamie Wilcox at one point. But yeah, I think mostly of John and Chloe. But they have the Bright Ambassadors of Morn. They just bring that. It's like that big kind of crescendo. Talk about dreams, like the subconscious in some ways. Yeah, I mean this is a big deal. It's like, you know, this is not. It was considered a mini album. The Cautionary Tales from the Brave. You could say in some ways it was sort of a sampler, but I was like, I mean, I was making my albums. That was like the first year I did albums. Like the second year. And it was on my list. I was like, well, it's a mini album, so it's not a full album. But it was the first time I'd actually heard the mini album. But it's like 35 minutes, so that's my take on the first, what I consider sort of the proper release. They had some demos when they were known as the Sunset Sound previously. And they're going to actually release that stuff with their new release as a bundle and separately. And I still haven't ordered it. It's not exactly cheap to ship it, of course, but I'm probably going to get it because I'm kind of a completist of Pure Reason Revolution. So, but anyway, have you heard just the Cautionary Tales from the Brave release? But you probably have, because most people have heard this, have heard the Dark Through the record that came after it, of course. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.